Alright, so I started a 15-minute game. Playing a pretty high-rated opponent here. Slovak PSS. 2-1. Something rated. This is Russia. It's very small flag. Yeah, Russia. Okay, so we have a Benko. And it's a declined with knight f3, and he took on c4, which is usually considered to be quite nice for white. Just castle, and after black castles I can even play the instant e5, opening up the position. And there are already some tactical issues in this position. For example, if he takes on e5, knight e5 and knight fd7, white can already take on f7. Rook takes d6. This is very good for white. At least that's how I remember it. It's not necessarily correct, but this is what I think is a point here. Okay, he can just retreat it, the knight. It's not a very attractive looking move, but you can play it. One issue is after knight d7 e6, he must play knight b6, cannot take. No. e6, fe, de, knight b6, bishop d5 wins material on a8, at least in exchange. So after knight d7 e6, he needs to play knight b6 immediately, and then I can take on f7 if I want. Rook takes, and then retreat the bishop probably to e2, intending knight to g5, and this exposes a serious weakness on e6. So I'm not sure. He can try knight e8 also, intending to recapture on d6 with the knight, but of course I'm not I'm not obliged to take on d6. In fact, okay, he's playing this. Okay, so I think that taking on b6 is yeah, it's not necessarily bad. No, but it doesn't really help me much. Yeah, I guess e6. E6 must be the point. Otherwise, it doesn't make much sense. Okay, he probably thought about this beforehand. So knight b6 now instantly played. Okay, so I can take on f7, rook takes, bishop e2, and then knight g5. The idea, I go to e2, not to d3, because of the bishop g4 pin that I need to attend. I don't think that going to e2 or d3 now would help much. It's not bad. It's not necessarily bad. Okay, but
check.
I'm ahead on the clock by around 1 minute, and I'd like to preserve this edge on the clock, at least not fall behind too much. So now my idea is knight g5, a mini idea, just attacking the rook, but it aims at the weakened square on e6. So let's say let's say he plays it's not so easy to say what move he should play actually. Yeah, for example, knight d7 is just knight g5 e6 coming. You cannot move the b8 knight. Bishop b7 is also just giving away e6. I'm not quite sure what he's supposed to play. Black can think about the move h6, preventing knight g5, but this weakens g6 and the whole king side considerably. His king is already a bit exposed with the f-pawn missing and g6 played. It's not like I'm having a kingside attack right away, but Well, his king is definitely less secure than mine. I have the ideal pawn formation f2, g2, h2. Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe knight a6 to c7 could be an idea. Sometimes this maneuver is good, covering the e6 square and also putting some pressure on d5. The d5 pawn is yeah, both the strength and the weakness. It's a strong point because it supports this idea of putting a piece on e6, of course, but it is also, yeah, in a way isolated. It's not supported by an additional pawn on e4 or c4, so it can get a weakness. If black gets knight a6, c7, bishop b7, and so on, then he will probably win the pawn. But now this is not really yeah, so relevant here because of my knight g5 ideas. Yeah. I didn't expect that move at all. I thought he needed to. I really thought he needed to maybe play even h6. I don't know. Not that it's looking great, but I thought here knight g5 and bishop g4 basically leads to an enormous position. But maybe I'm wrong. Bishop g4, exchanging the bishops, and then I get to e6 in full effect. Yeah, okay, let's not waste any time. I'm going to play this move anyway. And now bishop g4, yeah? Or is there is there something different? Yeah, the question is maybe bishop d3. So this may be even better. Yeah, hard to say. Bishop g4 has got the additional idea of playing knight e6 immediately. Bishop takes e6 check. The bishop is not exactly bad on e6. This is also an idea. Yeah, come on. It's hard to. It's kind of things are hard to determine in such a limited time. Okay, it's 15 minutes. It's not blitz, so I have a bit more time than in the usual blitz game. But you need to trust your instincts. This looks a bit more natural to me. I have this additional knight e6 idea, and in most cases I'm going to take on f5 anyway and play knight e6. By the way, an interesting additional idea that I not really considered properly would have been bishop f3, intending knight e6, and after taking with the pawn and having this bishop on f3. But this can easily be a case where this doesn't really help much. Okay, so just take and knight e6, right? Attacking the queen, and then I could even just take g7 next. Maybe this is a simple and good solution. Yeah, come on, let's not waste too much time winning this tempo. And my idea was he would probably play queen d7. Now it's interesting. Should I take or do I have some better move, some intermediate move, like okay, g4 looks insane. It needs to be some forcing move. Yeah, one point is I think I need to take it. Come on, if he gets knight c7, I need to take anyway, and I rather take g7 than a knight on knight somewhere. Okay, now my original idea was b3 here, to get this bishop on the long diagonal, now that the g7 bishop is gone. And yeah, now he needs to move the king. It's clear that maybe the pawn on d5 gets lost, but this bishop on b2 should be an excellent compensation for that. Okay. But how to play it exactly? Queen d2 to h6. Maybe. Yeah, he will get the pawn. It's not so clear. One issue is he can, after getting the d5 pawn, he can probably play e5 at some point and just block this long diagonal. Yeah. How to play this? It's not it's not clear at all. I'm not sure that queen to h6 is really helping me. I'm also thinking about queen to g4, setting up some sort of pin. But it's not too great. Well, maybe this wasn't so great, this bishop g4 stuff. Yeah, it's not like I don't have any compensation. It's I have some comp, but it's not great or something. Okay, let's aim to the h6 square. I don't see anything spectacular. Yeah, I think he'll grab the pawn now. But okay, he could also think about let's say rook f8. Yeah, because on queen h6 he can play rook h5 if he likes. Okay. But let's consider. Yeah, he's also attacking f2, of course. So let's say rook fe1, he can probably just take f2, and don't want that. Okay, this is like the most natural looking move under the circumstances. The question is, if he takes on d5, let's say with the c7 knight, I could take, immediately opening up the long diagonal, but I could also move the knight, I mean let's say to e4, intending a further journey to g3 or g5. He's playing a couple of more prophylactic moves. Yeah. Yeah, there's some point to it, of course. yeah, how to continue. He's covering the g7 square, which would be the mating square, in theory. Yeah, maybe knight e4 to g5. Rook d5, queen c3, e5, and then f4, something like that. Quite. Yeah, it seems quite. It seems quite quite iffy for white. What else is there? A move like rook e3, of course. Rook e3 or rook e4. Yeah, rook e4 to where? Rook e4, g4, e4, or e3, g3. Yeah, this is actually an idea. It's not ridiculous. But it he can take, if he takes with the knight, they're tempi and rook. It's probably not enough. Rook e3, knight e5, knight e5, knight e5, rook g3. Can even play knight f4, and there's just nothing going on. Okay, let's try it this way. Using this knight not for defense but for attack. Knight g3 or knight g5, or a combination of queen h6, knight g5. Queen h6, yeah, this is rook h5 move, so this is why rook f7 was interesting. The downside of rook f7 is that knight g5 wins a tempo. Yeah, let's say the knight takes, then knight g5 would win a tempo. And yeah, this is even pretty okay, I think. But I guess he will take with the b6 knight. The c7 knight covers e6 and can maybe reroute via e8. So he will take with the b6 knight if he takes with the knight at all. Then knight g5, rook to f8, and then what? Yeah, it's not really helping much. Maybe there's something else. Knight b6, d5, knight g5, rook f8. Where's my great continuation? I guess there isn't one. Maybe knight g3 instead. No, but he can even play rook f4. A knight on d5 always prevents this queen c3 ideas. Oh wait, if he takes knight g5, rook f8, rook e4, intending rook h4. Maybe. If he plays h6, I might have ideas like knight e6, knight takes knight, queen h6. This is maybe a possibility. So knight g5, rook f8, rook e4. This could be an idea. But he's got knight f4. Yeah, he played it. Okay. Knight g5, rook f8, rook e4 was my idea. Yeah, it doesn't really convey the impression that it should work. I mean, really work. Okay, but anyway, what should I do? So rook f8, yeah, is the normal move. And yeah, what to do? Yeah, rook e4 was my latest my latest idea. Knight f4. Yeah, knight f4 is a possible reply. H6. I might have knight e6. This could be interesting. The immediate capture there is probably insane. Yeah, it is insane. Okay, let's go here. Not invest more time. Knight f4. I thought maybe I can try rook f2 e1. Rook takes g5. I have rook takes f4. Okay, this is not spectacular, but I can continue. Okay, if he plays some nothing move, I have rook h4. This is, but okay, it's hard to play a nothing move in this position, admittedly. You basically need to make a move that is somehow relevant to this position. He won't play a6 or something. Okay, so now rook h4. It's not doing much. But okay, knight e4. Yeah? Okay, let's do that. And I have knight e4 as a possible idea. So let's say h5, knight e4. If he plays knight f6, I might consider f4. Yeah, f4. Or is there something good here? Okay, we're getting to the point where you need to speed up. The bad thing is I'm not threatening anything. Yeah, knight e6. Yeah, f1. I don't really see a move, a good one. I think this threatens g4. g4. Okay, you can play rook d5, but I have queen c3. This is at least messy. Rook d3 I can take. So Okay, there are some tricks in this position at least. Okay, maybe here. Attacking the rook. Okay, he's sacking it. I have this move. Activating. If he captures, I get the queen. But, it's not clear where to go now. It's black. I don't know. Maybe he lost his way a bit, but okay, it's very complicated. So what now? Take it or rook h6? Rook h6. He maybe can play just queen g5. I can take with the pawn. Okay, let's grab it and play g5. Attack e4. Yeah, very complicated stuff. Yeah, and we are down to little time. He was threatening queen f7, intending queen f1 mate. This is why I want to get this rook off. Wow. Great. Yeah, I didn't see anything else.
Check. Check.
Yeah, I have two passes. G and on the far side. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just a concrete loss. It's possible, but I have the G pawn and A pawn.
Time warning. Check. Check.
It's just by one move. Just by one move.
Checkmate.
Yeah, quite unlucky. I mean, okay, not the whole game. I mean, he played this nicely, I guess. But it's a bit unlucky that maybe there is a win for white. I don't know. No, black is winning. Okay. I cannot be so sure. I mean, it's just here by one tempo, and I think he needs to play exactly like that. I don't think he's got something else. I mean, if he plays the king or something, I mean, he played this really. I don't know. Oh, it's a very new account. Oh no, I saw this wrong. Sorry, he's got 400 something 15-minute games. Yeah, okay, the problem, I think around here it was certainly okay. I mean, here I get the exchange, and it's very messy, okay, of course, but I didn't think I should be in bad shape. Okay, but the comp gives black a pretty clear edge. Okay, it's just a tactical thing, a very concrete thing here. I thought f5 would help me, but okay. Yeah, all very good moves. Rook d4. Here rook d2 was better, but okay, it's humans, not comps. So around here, yeah, but this is, yeah, this is very good. This is very good. I mean, h4 overlooked queen e5, of course. But this is just very strong. Rook f5, very strong move. No, I basically only saw rook takes f4, and this really changes the whole thing. Here, if you would take, just for instance, then this is okay. I mean, what is black's big deal here? Cannot move the knight because e4 hangs, and his king is also a bit insecure, so he cannot easily improve the position. I mean, black is okay, yeah? No doubt about that, but he's not winning or something. The comp actually gives this as completely equal, probably seeing some kind of perpetual. But okay, rook f5 was very strong, and okay, h4 loses right away. Comp wants to defend with this here, yeah. But okay, this is at least a bit funky looking. But okay, black should win. This is too much. Yeah, okay. But I would be interested to learn if the whole approach was probably wrong. I mean, here I had the feeling that that I'm excellent here, but it didn't really materialize. It should be something that you get to e6. Ah, interesting. Computer wants to play g4. Yeah. You can think about stuff like that. It's similar to the game here, like this. Let's say here, and let's say something like this. This is similar to the game. The difference is there's g4 and rook f6 inserted, and now my d5 pawn is not a weakness. Yeah, this is interesting. This is interesting. Of course, g4 is a weakness, no, but an interesting way to play. An additional idea is a4, intending a5. Okay, well, this is very sophisticated stuff. Hard to figure out in 15 minutes. And okay, yeah, here of course there's also a question. Yeah, in fact, I'm thinking about this. You know, bishop g4 or bishop d3 is all very nice, but let's say I play some. This is not a comp suggestion, but now that I look at it, maybe I should just play a developing move. Or let's say bishop e3 or something, and say, okay, h6 weakens your position, and what are you playing next? After bishop bg4, for example, he had this knight a6 idea, which is not possible now. He cannot really move this here because of g4, trapping the bishop. And yeah, probably white should have something. I mean, this cannot be really good, weakening yourself like that. But it was obviously a difficult thing to exploit, and he defended this very nicely. This still looks good for white. I maintain this this opinion, but it's very complicated, and maybe here the position is already okay. I mean, the thing is, I lose lots of time and really hope for the fact that this long diagonal gives me something, but in essence I probably give away the pawn. Yeah. Yeah, this is all interesting. He played this nicely, I guess. First defending and then increasing. The pressure on d5 is there anyway, and it's difficult for me to improve my position, and this probably helps him. But I didn't want to play any passive moves. Yeah, this is just fishing. I mean, and not with much prospects. Yeah, an interesting game. Thanks for watching.